Are we going to do the impossible today? Are we going to get reelected as Jimmy Carter in 1980? Why not the best? Oh yeah, here we go, guys. We are back yet again with the new campaign trail. And this is going to be a very difficult one, but I believe it's not impossible. 1980 is a very interesting election. Of course, the electoral map makes it look like it's a complete blowout, and yeah, 9 percentage points is nothing to scoff at. But the thing is, like, in the solid South, Reagan really didn't win by that much. I mean, we're talking like, 1%. If we scroll down here, 0.15 in Massachusetts, 0.29 in Tennessee, 0.61, 1%, 1%, 1%. We can flip these today. And if I can somehow convince the American people that I am a strong and capable leader, maybe we can win re-election. Jimmy Carter once said that if the Iran hostage crisis didn't happen, that he would have easily won re-election. Now, that's definitely up for debate, but we're going to try to win re-election. We're going to see how this is going to go. My goal for this one, we're going to sweep that solid South just like Jimmy Carter did in 1976. We're going to try to win the Northeast again. And maybe, just maybe, we can knock off a state like Washington. You never know what can happen. A big problem is I have a feeling that Reagan is going to win Texas no matter what. But we'll see what's going to happen. So, let's continue. Actually, let's read the synopsis first. As the 1980 election kicks into high gear, the country is demoralized. Inflation is spiking while wages remain stagnant. 52 Americans are being held hostage in Iran, and the public has less and less faith in the government to do the right thing. Ronald Reagan is a well-known former actor and governor of California who narrowly lost the nomination in 1976 to Gerald Ford, but has easily won it this year. President Carter will try to win re-election after facing a contentious primary against Ted Kennedy. And that's a big point of this campaign. Typically in a primary, the challenger is, kind of bruised and, beaten up a little bit. I mean, like Mitt Romney, he's kind of like the best example I can think of. But Jimmy Carter, he was under a lot of attack in 1980, and Ted Kennedy put a pretty serious challenge up against him. And Reagan kind of eased into the nomination, so it's kind of flipped of what it normally is. So let's continue. So obviously we're going to be Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter is the current president of the United States and is seeking a second term. He entered the office at the time of crisis, hoping to heal the nation from the wounds of Vietnam and Watergate. But in the past 4 years, he has had low approval ratings and is largely unpopular. He is to the right of the Democratic Party on economic issues. Carter has faced severe criticism with its liberal wing after winning an unusually tough primary battle for an incumbent against liberal challenger Ted Kennedy. Carter begins the election trailing his opponent in the polls, largely due to his perceived indecisiveness and poor judgment. The compounding crises of stagflation and the Iran hostage situation only exacerbate this. It's certainly not possible for Carter to win this election, but it'll take a lot more than his famous grin. Oh man, this is going to be a hard one. Running mate, do we got any other options? Oh, we got other options. Obviously we're going to go with Walter Mondale. I'd be stabbing myself in the chest if I didn't go with Walter Mondale. Walter Mondale is the current vice president and the presumptive running mate for Carter's second term. Mondale is well liked by most Democrats and would not upset anyone if he were to be on the ticket again. However, Mondale has expressed some frustration about the president's poor relations with Congress and does not want to upset the party. To keep him happy, Carter should strike a more conciliatory tone with rival Democrats if he wants to defeat Reagan this fall. Picking anyone other than Mondale would make Carter look indecisive and would terrorize party leadership with flashbacks of George McGovern's Thomas E. Clinton disaster in 1972. Sometimes it's best not to rock the boat, but on the other hand, Americans are looking for a change, and maybe a fresh face on the ticket could help. I disagree. So obviously we got Ted Kennedy, senator from Massachusetts. Oh, he put up a good challenge, but he still lost. We got John Glenn. John Glenn seems like he's an option in almost all of these, honestly. And Jerry Brown, governor from California. Realistically, I mean, Reagan's from California, and Jerry Brown is a somewhat popular governor. I mean, he could definitely help, but we got to go with our gut and go with Walter Mondale. We got to be faithful. And let's do this. Despite a few unsubstantiated rumors, you've stuck with current Vice President Walter Mondale, opting not to ditch him for someone else. What can you say about your running mate? Well, Vice President Mondale is the most qualified person for this job. He's served this country tirelessly, and that is what we will do in our second term. Or we can say he's been fighting for this country day in and day out for change. I plan to continue our progress for the next 4 years. I think that's probably a better response. Because Carter, he ran a more negative campaign in 1980. But my goal for this one, we're going to run a positive campaign. Like, hey, I'm going to be the one to get us out of this crisis. I'm going to be the one to get us out of inflation. Stay the course. It's going to be good. So we're going to do that. Walter Mondale has maintained his popularity among most Americans throughout this turmoil. Many are happy to see him on the ballot with you again. Perfect. What will be your overall strategy this year? We have to go on the attack if we're going to make up our polling deficits, shining a light on Reagan's failures as governor of California, and showing the American people how low the entire Republican Party will sink to. I don't think that's going to work. Reagan is extremely popular. He's very charismatic. We had to run a positive campaign. That's what we got to do. I know a lot of Democrats in the party are angry about the way things are, particularly people like Ted Kennedy. I will make it a point to unite the party as I campaign. I think it's important we stress our major successes in office while we campaign. Accomplishments like SALT II, creating the Department of Education, and return of the Panama Canal to some of the highlights. Okay, so either 2 or 3 are going to be good. Honestly, I think we got to do something positive. So let's go with number 3. I'm sure they're going to scoff at me for this, but let's do it. Talking about your successes in office is really a bad idea. Okay, so it seems like we're doing relatively okay in the South so far. I'm sure something's probably going to happen, which is going to make me lose some support. Texas, 10 points in Texas. I don't want to completely give up on Texas, but I don't think they like me over there. So electoral votes, and we got to worry about John Anderson as well. 176, so yeah, we're definitely trailing right now. Our biggest problem is we only have one big state, and that is New York. We got to somehow make California as a lost cause, and that's like the most electoral votes. We got Illinois. We need to somehow get Ohio, but I think we're going to start this campaign off in Pennsylvania. 27 electoral votes, so let's start off there. And it seems like they're moderate on everything. How do you plan to attack Reagan, knowing he's broadly popular with a few weak spots? Let's take the high road. There are obviously some limited spots we can hit Governor Reagan with, but I don't want to get involved in any serious mudslinging, especially with my opponent's high approval numbers. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. It seems like this, at least this mod is really keen into the Carter ran a pretty negative campaign. This is probably your best choice. Reagan's popularity may prove to be too much to overcome. I sure hope it's not. Do you plan to mention the creation of the Department of Education under your administration while you campaign? I think so. I think we definitely, it's an achievement, so we got to mention. We got to mention all the achievements that we have, even though people are upset right now. The Department of Education is a force for good, but others feel differently, and there's no real need to attach ourselves so closely. No, I think we definitely got to do this. Yes, I want to talk about it extensively. Extensively. Children are our future. This energizes the liberals in your party at the price of some disaffected Democrats. Oh, man. Okay, so Louisiana's slipping a little bit, or I don't know if we even had it to begin with. Yeah, that didn't really help us in Pennsylvania. And now, okay, yeah, we're We're getting hurt now. Oh, man. Illinois, here we come. Recently, Ronald Reagan made a gaffe in the Neshoba County Fair, which was widely interpreted as a racist dog whistle. How do you plan to respond? This one we got to hammer him on. Let's see. I think it's a better idea to run attack ads across the north in big liberal states like New York and Massachusetts. Yeah. I mean, we're not going to comment on this in the South. The South, relatively likes Jimmy Carter, but we don't want to, be super, super liberal on social issues. So, yeah, these two seem like duds right here. So, yeah, run it up in the North. Great choice. These are the type of voters who can be won over with attacks like this. Just be careful not to go too far. What is your plan to rebound this stagnant economy in your second term? Okay, this is going to be one of the big ones. We need lower taxes, lower spending, and less handouts if we want to remake this terrible economy. That sounds like a Reagan answer. I admit we could do better, and we will in my next term. We need more programs and spending to get people back to work in addition to my administration's existing policies. The best thing is not to bring any sudden major changes to the country. We have had a few hiccups along the way, but I believe our economy will recover soundly into the rest of the decade. I mean, that most likely that would have happened if Carter did get a second term. I feel that it would have rebounded. But Americans aren't going to like to hear that. So we'll go with number 2. This might hurt us, but maybe it might help us. We'll see. This is the hopeful response people want to hear, although advocating for more government spending is met with its expected detractors. But it did help us quite a bit. Okay, we're going to probably go to Louisiana next, but Ohio we got to get Ohio, because our path to victory, we're going to need Ohio and Michigan. 203 right now, so we're still in this. But yeah, we'll go to Louisiana. It should be an easy state to get, I hope. They're liberal on the economy, so that's going to be interesting. You have recently come under attack after invoking the Taft-Hartley Act to end the 110-day coal strike. How do you plan to address this? I will admit I do have my regrets. I believe there is much more we could have done. These are some of the hardest working people in the country, and they contribute a huge part to our economy. I think praising the workers should be the best thing to do. I just want to be a very positive guy right now. So, how about this third response? These strikes were hurting and slowing our economy, but the reforms we have made will prevent anything like this happening in the future. I mean, either 1 or 3 are going to be good. I think we'll go with this first option. You may have made the miners and laborers leaders happy, but this plays right into Reagan's criticisms of what is this word? Facility. I don't even know what that word is. I'm sorry, guys. Leadership. As governor of California, Reagan opposed Medicare, which holds one of the highest approval ratings of any government program. Do you want to make any attacks against him about this? This we can definitely make an attack about. We need to go and attack. Too many people in this country are suffering, and abolishing Medicare would only make things worse. Yeah, he's made a comment pledging not to harm it as president. In the 1984 debate, in the first debate, Mondale, had the, there you go again. And he hammered him pretty good on that. But again, the second debate, we don't want to talk about. This might hurt me, though. Because maybe people aren't going to believe me, but let's see. This would be a good attack if Reagan didn't shut it down so quickly. Oh my God, he's lying though. And that lost me a lot of support. Oh my God. Yeah, that was a mistake. So, we'll probably go to Kentucky. In your State of the Union address earlier this year, you introduced your foreign policy vision for the future. In your speech, you said any threats to the Persian Gulf would be an assault on the vital interests of the United States. Many are wondering how far you are willing to go to defend American interests. I regret some of the things I said. We don't need to go into another major conflict. I mean, how are people feeling on foreign policy? I think our main priority should be defending military interests in that region, no matter the price, no matter the cost. Maybe I would have worded this differently, but my main point is that we shouldn't go to war without a good reason. I think that's a pretty good response. So go with that one. This is a moderate answer that offends nobody. And that's what we want to do. In the light of the recent Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, should the United States boycott the 1980 Summer Olympics in Moscow? I mean, that's what Carter did, and some people praise him for that. Some people are just like, eh. Personally, if I was president, I wouldn't do that. So, you know what? Let's do it. This is not the right thing to do. Yeah, this could throw the election, or this could make us look, pretty strong. This is only giving Reagan more ammunition to attack you with. Oh my God. But I don't think it really. No, that helped. It's good. All right, so we're gonna campaign in Mississippi. Mississippi. We gotta be able to hold those states together. Progress on the Equal Rights Amendment has faltered in recent years, despite its widespread early approval. How do you plan to act on this? Oh, great. That's gonna kill us in the South. The ERA just isn't popular these days. We are really not losing much by keeping quiet on it. I promised to pass the Equal Rights Amendment in my second term. We must always keep fighting for change. I mean, I think that's the right move overall. So, but then again, that might hurt us. Saying right here, it might hurt us with labor unions. And we absolutely need labor unions. Kentucky, Ohio's kind of getting out of reach. I don't think we're going to lose West Virginia no matter what. But there's definitely a lot of union workers in Pennsylvania and Kentucky. And we cannot afford to lose any states right now. We got New York, just barely. But maybe we can get those electoral votes back with Illinois. Yeah, we'll try it out. We'll see how this is going to go. The ERA isn't super popular, but liberals and feminists are happy to see you stick up for it. Today, Mount St. Helens has erupted in Washington, killing 75 people and destroying the environment around it. How will you respond to this? Vice President Mondale and I will momentarily stop our campaign and go to the mountain. There we go. Good move. Reagan has also stopped campaigning for the day. Many Americans were reassured about your speech in a time of hardship. Okay, so far we're not doing horrible. I mean, we definitely have the comeback. We're down to 166 electoral votes. So I got to get Illinois and I got to get Pennsylvania. No, we got to get those states. Missouri is also going to be pretty pivotal to my campaign. So which one am I closer? 5 points there and 4 points there. We're going to go to Illinois. We got to flip Illinois. John Anderson, a third-party challenger, has some surprisingly high numbers in a few liberal states. Will you attack him in response? I think we got to play the high road on this one. Like, the second response just makes us seem weak. So, no, the best thing we can do is not mention Anderson at all. Doing so will only bring more attention. Good call. In any election, it's best not to talk about a third-party candidate. Good. So originally, I'm pretty sure Carter didn't want Anderson, but we'll have all three of them. Let's do it. Let's hope we win this debate. Wow, you surpassed expectations and Reagan stumbled at a few moments. This will help you quite a bit. Yes! All right, so we're within 2 points of Illinois, 1 point of Pennsylvania, and we're basically tied in Wisconsin. We're in a good position right now. We're at 187, but we can definitely flip quite a few states. but Ohio doesn't look like it's budging too much. So we got to flip these states. We got to have a good question coming up. Oh, no. Oh, no, this is not a good question. Iran has just invaded Iraq, and bombing of oil fields has already begun. Do you think America should intervene in this conflict? And if so, how? We don't need another Vietnam. Okay, we don't. But, oh, God, no. No, I do not want America involved in this at all. I will not send any young men to die in a situation we have nothing to do with. Now, this is the response I believe is right. And if I was Jimmy Carter, I would go with this response. But honestly, this might hurt me tremendously. So we will see. Reagan is just going to hammer on me on this. I have a feeling. Iraq is losing this war badly, and Reagan will hammer you on this issue relentlessly. Well, Reagan, how about we keep our money at home? We're already struggling enough. Your decision to return to the Panama Canal earlier in your first term was detested by the right. And although you may want to put the issue to bed, there are questions regarding your current stance on such a highly controversial decision. How do you respond? Ultimately, this was the right thing to do. The people of Panama have had no power over their land in their own country. Our accomplishments there have given us more respect around the world. Yeah, we will do that. We're going to flex that. There's nothing wrong with a short answer about the Panama Canal. All except the most diehard right-wingers are tired of hearing it. Well, we're not going to win their votes anyway. So, yeah, that war stance definitely hurt us. Oh, my God. We're down to 134 electoral votes, but we can still turn this thing around. So Reagan's leading Louisiana, but we still got Mississippi. Oh, these southern states are slipping just a little bit. So we got to hold our southern coalition together. Pennsylvania's slipping. This is not looking good. So we'll go to Tennessee, and then we'll go to Illinois. Do you think it is fair that for you to take credit for SALT II, a massive arms agreement between the U.S. and the Soviet Union? I mean, we only got one option. Oh, my God. Doesn't have universal approval, but I just hope it doesn't hurt me too much. Recent allegations have surfaced about your brother Billy Carter's dealing with the Libyan government. These have centered around a $2 million payment the Libyans gave him. The accusations have been prompted a Senate subcommittee to hold a hearing on this issue. How do you plan to address this? Let's keep quiet. I mean, that's going to be bad. All of this is just really, really bad. So, oh man, because if we keep quiet, then we just got to come out and tell the truth, man. I mean, that's one thing about Carter and Mondale. One thing I absolutely love about them. You know, one of the last, the last honest presidency. Like, I don't really think that's up for debate. And, Carter, he said a lot of things that, people didn't want to hear, but he told the truth. So we're going to have to talk about this and just tell the truth. All you've done is increase the interest into the scandal tenfold. Well, it seems like we're about the same position we were at. We're on 166 electoral votes. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. We got Tennessee back. We got the South back, except for Louisiana. And Texas is just too far gone at this point. So we really need to win these states. So we got a good chance at Wisconsin. We'll go there first, and then we're going to go to Illinois. Well, we only got one option right here. So scandal apparently is off people's minds, so that should help us out, I hope. Governor Clinton is a highly respected governor. Oh, I didn't even see that part. I just skimmed it over. Okay, so hopefully Clinton will help us. Ted Kennedy's biggest policy proposal in his Senate career thus far has been pushing for a nationwide healthcare system, which has been considered for decades. Do you plan to implement this? I mean, I'm pretty sure Carter was in support of that kind of stuff. So we will go in support of that. It might tank us, but we got to take some risk. We are really behind, but this could really help us. I promise I will fight for every American to have health care through a universal program. Too many people in this country are suffering, and it's high time we do something about this. This could actually win us the election. I hope. You've energized the liberal wing of the party, but if you want to get this done in your second term, you have to improve your relations with Congress by a lot. That didn't help us. Well, it helped us in Wisconsin, but now we got to get Kentucky back, and still Pennsylvania and Illinois aren't really budging a whole lot. So I think it's best if we go to Illinois and try to make up that 2%. Ooh, the second debate. Isn't this the debate where Reagan makes his famous, was your life really better 4 years ago than it was now, or whatever? This is one of these luck questions. I don't want to set this one out because we are really far behind right now. So this is either going to toast us or we could win. Come on. Unexpectedly, you seem to have beaten Reagan here, despite his charm. Success yet again. Come on. Here we go. The inflation rate today has hit 10%. What is your plan in your second term to control this ever-growing number? Okay, this is definitely going to be important. That's a right-wing argument right there. You must start controlling wages and prices to lower high inflation rates to get this economy moving. If we just had a balanced budget and less nonsense spending, there wouldn't be issues like that. But I'm the president, so I can't really say that. Some limited federal measures to alleviate the worst effects of this downturn are what we need most. Okay, so either number 1 or 4. I'm going to say probably 4 because I don't think people are going to want to hear controlling wages. They didn't say anything, but that kind of hurt me. Well, I'm not really doing any better than I was before the debate. In fact, I'm doing a little bit worse. It's kind of tightening up a little bit, and it's just not looking good. Okay, at this point, probably do I'm running out of time. We'll go to Missouri. Try that. As you step off the podium for your last press conference before the election, a reporter asks if you regret not intervening in the Iranian Revolution. What do you say? Oh, this is bad. If America intervened, that would have been morally wrong and against everything this country stands for. I mean, I believe that too. Each day I wake up feeling like we could have done more. We did the right thing, and there are only a few changes I would make today with the benefit of hindsight. I like that response. I mean, Jimmy Carter said, afterwards, he could have wiped Iran off the map if he wanted to, but he felt that was just not morally right, and I forever respect him for that. So that's going to be our response. Military intervention in Iran doesn't have the broad support it would need, so this answer would be fine. Okay, good. Okay, as the country marks the somber anniversary of 1 full year after the American embassy workers in Iran were taken hostage, will you launch one last mission to save them before Election Day? Well, we gotta do it. So we got 2 of the same, so we'll see how this goes. Are they gonna get freed? I hope. It worked! Oh. Okay. This could change the election tenfold. We might win the election now. Oh, man. It worked. Congratulations, Mr. President. Every American returned back safely, and the footage of families greeting their loved ones with tears in their eyes on the tarmac has been playing on TV nonstop. This will definitely help you. Oh my God, I just want to see the map right now. What? Come on. It's got to be better than that. Okay, so we got Illinois. We're still down in Missouri. We got pretty much all the solid South. But Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Ohio, I just didn't have enough time. We'll finish this off in Pennsylvania. Okay, so yeah, so where are you going to focus your efforts on the last day of the campaign? We got the South except for Texas, and we're not getting Texas. The East Coast, we're doing pretty decent on the... We're not getting... Like, a lot of these states are just out of the realm of possibility. These states we can still get. So we're going to try to get the Midwest. If we can somehow flip Ohio and Michigan, then that would be wonderful. But I'm not too hopeful. So let's see how this goes. It's going to take a miracle for us to win, but we're definitely going to do better than 6 states, that's for sure. So, see if we can pull this off. All right, so far Reagan has Indiana. I feel like we're going to win every southern state except for Florida, Texas, and Virginia, so we got that going for us at least. Yeah, Virginia, oh my God. Come on. Let's get some victories. Oh my God, come on. Okay, we got Kentucky, so that's good. We got West Virginia, Maryland. Looking good so far. Oh, the West is going to... Oh, we lost Ohio, man. That's it. We can't win without Ohio. Ugh. That's just... Oh my God, yeah, Texas. And he's going to... If Reagan wins... Obviously, Reagan's going to win California. So we're going to get the rest of the South. At least they stuck with us. We lost Pennsylvania. Maybe we can pick up Michigan, I hope. I think we're going to win Illinois. Oh my God, we lost Michigan. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, we lost. Well, my last day of campaign didn't really do any good. We should win Wisconsin and Illinois. I'm pretty positive we'll win those. Come on. Louisiana's probably going to be pretty close. What? We lost Louisiana? Are you kidding? Oh my God. Come on, get Illinois, please. Please. We lost Illinois. Oh my God. I thought we were going to get that one for sure. My God. So 177 electoral votes. I'm pretty sure Jimmy Carter got like 65? 49 electoral votes. So we definitely surpassed, the actual 1980 election, but we still lost, unfortunately. I have a feeling these states are going to be extremely close. Dead tied in Illinois, for God's sake. Less than a point in Louisiana. 1.5 in... 1.5 in Missouri. Ohio wasn't even close. Michigan, 2 points. Okay, let's... 43% of the popular vote. Wonder if Anderson kind of spoiled me a little bit. So, let's see results by state. What was the closest state? Illinois was the closest state. Oh my God, it's less than 1,000 votes. Come on, man. Then Wisconsin. Oh my God, that's pretty close. Thank you, Wisconsin, though. Louisiana. Tennessee, I got. Proud of that. Missouri, and then it kind of just, drops off from there. Wow. Oh, yeah, these other states. Connecticut, it was really close. Jeez. So was, Delaware, 2 points. Michigan, 2 points. So overall, going off of the Electoral College, I mean, this is still pretty close. I closed the gap quite a bit, but ultimately, it just wasn't enough. But anyway, here it is. 177 electoral votes. We still got a President Reagan. No second term for Carter. Oh, man. I'll try to look up a thing to see, if you can win as Carter on normal difficulty. Maybe you can win as Carter on easy difficulty. But, this is quite a bit of fun. So anyway, more videos coming soon, and thank you for watching.